Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm OP, and in today's episode we'll be going over some of the best highlights from every matchup during Day 3 of the World's 2023 Swiss stage. Without further ado, let's dive straight into the action.
Congress can actually reliably lock down the Akali as long as Scout is a little bit further up the lane, doesn't get to jump back to his own turret.
Yeah, and the other benefit of grab it for a second, and that buys enough time for Tarzan to finish his red, get his level 6 on Lee Sin, see if they want to do anything about it. Both supports also leeching that experience in mid lane.
Yep, 4v4 potential here. Around this Rift Herald is already, Zika's diving in. There's the Hextech ultimatum. Q is going to connect as Kanavi taken down to half health. 369 in trouble as the Camille is so low that his first blood going over to Knight to start this one up. Hung should be the next one on the menu, and there it is. But Ruler is down, missing. It's so incredibly low, and there's the perfect execution from Scout. He's trying to do what he can. He finds the backflip, but now he's the last man standing for LNG. Can he get Kanavi on the way out? And yes, he can. He's looking for even more, taking no. There it is. As finally Knight finishes it off 4-3. What the heck was that?
Wait, it was pixels away from picking up that eyeball. He did not get it.
And while all of that was happening, a solo kill happened in the bot lane as well. So across the entire map, pure carnage. Gala, known for his Kai'Sa, catches Ruler unaware. The late flash, the auto, and the perfect execution there. And then on the other end, here we see the team fighting power for Gen.G initially seems to be enough. And by the end, it's not.
The best part is the Red Rover, send one member over from 369. He actually uses Cassante ultimate to isolate one target away, and then Kanavi can Vi ultimate to the target to also be able to get to the rest of the team. That way, Gen.G kind of collapses into their own jungle and gets the early lead in the fight. Scout doing his best, though, to try and get something back. He dies
Getting one kill on Tarzan, one kill on Scout. If he got fed, if he was able to accelerate the point of the game, although Gala might be in trouble here.
Yeah, Ballbreaker going to be charged up as Gala is in trouble, and he's just dead. Ruler is going to get his revenge there towards that bottom side. Shockwave going to connect onto Scout in mid lane. He's not heading down towards that bottom lane this time around, and now Ruler, he can just wipe out these minions and look for more plates.
And now it feels like LNG
feels very comfortable finishing it up and grabbing themselves number 2.
Also want to highlight the itemization choice here for Knight. Going for that crown, I think, is such a big boon. It is really hard for LNG to consistently saw yesterday.
Yeah, you're looking across the line and you see Camille ultimate, Akali. Okay, we see bottom.
Across the line, Ruler is going to have the Sonic Wave soaked by his support. He's now ulted, trying to get himself out of here. Down to 200, and he's executed by Gala. That is going to be the kill. LNG, they earned that one.
With that one, they take him down.
Shockwave here towards the top side. Scout trying to stay in the shroud. Ults to try and get himself out of there, but there is the cease and desist. And Scout, oh, the clockwork wind up, not enough, but once again, it is going to be command attack coming in. Now it's Knight's turn to fall as Tarzan picks up the kill. Another Q going to connect. As Kanavi should be able to get himself out or back in if that's where he'd like to go. Hung has turned up as well, but 369 is here. Headbutt for the
on here, so LNG, in order to get priority, they're going to drop the Rift Herald mid. It does pull out the teleport from 369. They don't want to give up position. Vision here through the river as Dragon is already up will be paramount. They take down that Rift Herald. It doesn't get any sort of charge off, and they push it right back. They're going to get the turret before.
Yeah, Extender Beam going to come through there, and it's as if it was Gen.G that dropped the Herald because they got full control of that mid lane. See LNG going to move Zika towards this bottom side. Connect there from 369. The Alistair isn't out of the woods just yet. Kanavi going to get headbutted back, but Zika's not going to be able to protect the cow. Going to have to flash to get himself out of the way, and now the Drake is going to be taken. Tarzan! It's highway robbery here from LNG.
It's merely a distraction, cow, Atlas. Look down to the bottom lane. Hung deceives them all while the rest of the team...
No one knows that the Lee Sin is there with full information as to what's going on. Now they do, as the Sonic Wave does fly in, but Zika is on the flank angle, and these pincer movements can work out when you have a Camille on your team. The Orb is now trying to keep them in check, but Kanavi locks down the Baron. Now Tarzan dives in, he breaks his stopwatch, but Ruler has been kicked out immediately. He pops back over, and the team fight team is popping off. Ruler unchecked in the pit, and he's just going to grab as many kills as he would like. It's 2 for now, but Gala is running for the hills.
Oh, Gen.G dare LNG to enter the arena. Please jump in. Kanavi has the confidence. Oh, they're going for Gala. They can
The Mega Cone is going to
Is it
disengage
enough?
Gala for now. Does he have the supercharge? They just picked their team fight comp. Now they are knocking on the door of LNG and looking to move up to 1-0 in this best of 3.
It's just the power. If you don't have engage, who cares? Force the enemy to go into you. Zika's trying to keep the wave away or trying to keep the pressure up, but his base is going to smithereens.
Yep, in a turret for Nexus may not be the trade they're looking for, but there's a cease and desist, and Tarzan will acquiesce that one. LNG now trying to defend, but without their jungler, and now 369 is unstoppable. The Hextech ultimatum is one that they don't care about at all. As 369, he's going down low. Scout's trying to get what he can. Voidseek is going to work out. There is still an inhibitor turret there in the mid lane, but it's not quite going to be enough. And now the Nexus is exposed. Gala is looking for Ruler. Ruler wants a rematch of the 1v1 from earlier, and Gala's making it work. Ruler goes golden and says, all right, Knight, you can take that one. And GENG will take down the Nexus here in game number 1.
It's a team game, Atlas, and the 5-on way better than the Alistar because it has offensive use, and Alistar Ultimate is purely defensive. So really, really interesting pickup here where...
Especially with Knight backing, no teleport available. So this is really well done. LNG using their early leads and early prio and setting themselves up for a strong mid game.
As a jungler, I actually do always try and use green skins, you know, all of the, like,
Blend in.
the league partner skins, because I'm like, wow, maybe it'll help.
I do think there is plenty of team fighting power. The one downside is that if you get to like the 30-minute mark and you're not really far ahead on your Renekton and Jarvan, then...
Hey, commentator, we are starved for that oftentimes throughout the year. It's just not really delivering on that front. But still, I do love the jockeying for position. I don't find that I'm actually... I don't need any kills. Honestly, like, if someone's Nexus is threatened and it's still 0, then he's going to settle for some minions. And GENG, on vision, just going to look to take down the second Herald.
Scout has teleport, but he's up at the bottom turret right now. Oh, it's being used. Let's go.
Now let's see whether this is actually going to be that first blood. The Rift Herald is going to be secured, but now Kanavi's in trouble. He's charmed up. He's taken down first blood at 16 minutes for Scout.
Did get the smite off, but they didn't get the... So the thing is that in an LCK game, we would not been talking about the game for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, we'd probably be still on Shamrock Malphite at this point. Is missing, in a bit of trouble as well. Could be a second kill pretty quickly. Flag and Drag comes in. He avoids the knock-up, but not going to be able to avoid the takedown.
It seems uncomfortable as well.
I can imagine.
You know, dragging all that
So
way.
do not recommend?
No, I wouldn't. Oh!
Never actually done it myself, but now we've got Scout going golden. There is the Nature's Grasp. They're looking for the re-engage. Missing's right in the middle, but I don't know whether it's going to work. The Blade Caller is massive, and Tarzan going to lock down, missing some low health bars, but Scout is still going to be able to get rid of Knight. 369 is trying to do what he can, and they do manage to collect 2, but 369 is going to go down. Zigger is the most gigantic crocodile I've ever seen, and Kanavi's running for the hills. This outer turret could be in trouble too.
Yeah, LNG can take everything right now. They're going to keep on pushing.
But Ruler, he can be there in an instant. He has that killer instinct available. GENG missing. Can he find the engage opportunity? Can Scout then find the answer, as Nature's Grasp going to be used on both sides? And it's no button and no button for both of the jungler and the mid laner here. The Drake down relatively low. Tarzan in the back of that pit. He's going to be kicked out, and that is going to be the soul denied. Blade Caller is good though, is missing, looking to be the first one to go down. And there is the kill for LNG. 369 on the bottom side of the fight is Scout. He flashes for it, and Ruler is going to answer. The health bars are so low as the Cataclysm comes in, and it's the Crocodile that reigns supreme. 369 going down incredibly low. Ruler close to full health, but there's a 3-man queue, and Tarzan fights the knock-up. LNG win the fight.
They denied the soul, but it cost them everything, Atlas. That is going to be the Baron as well for Alex9. He had eyes only for Tarzan. He keeps him out of the pit. Look at this. He initially forces Tarzan's flash by threatening to ultimate towards the rest of the team, and then they're going to keep up the pressure. After both those Maokai ultimates have been nullified, 369 takes Tarzan away, and they do deny that soul, but look at this team fight from Gala. Sets them all up, and they're able to take down Missing.
And then here, the turn, absolutely incredible. Scout making sure, almost going down, baiting in Knight, but then staying alive. And big for me at the beginning of the fight, Scout, not only did his ultimate do way more damage due to the fact that he's Silas, but it also immediately forced Ruler's cleanse. So Ruler has to play way more defensive, waits with that killer instinct. And yeah, you lose one Camtech Drake. Who cares? You get the Baron.
LNG just standing, protecting this siege minion, and there's a bunch of empowered minions heading towards his bottom side as well. So many leaks for GENG to patch up here on the sinking ship that is their base right now, as the channel is going to be used. The Hex Splash gets missing out of the way, but Kanavi's not going to be so lucky, as the Nature's Grasp is so dangerous from Scout and LNG. They'll break down the front door, and they're looking for even more here. Moving towards the Nexus turret, 369 has a decent angle, but he just doesn't seem to be able to find any way into a potentially good fight. Ruler trying to rain down his Q on the enemy team, but now it's 369 that's just going to get picked off, and Gen.G have not a lot of. Nature's Grasp is so dangerous from Scout and LNG. They'll break down the front door, and they're looking for even more here. Moving towards the Nexus turret, 369 has a decent angle, but he just doesn't seem to be able to find any way into a potentially good fight. Ruler trying to rain down his Q on the enemy team, but now it's 369 that's just going to get picked off, and Gen.G have not a lot of options left.
They've only got one Nexus turret left here. Ruler and Knight, they're gonna have to do a lot of damage.
Yeah, they're diving forward. Tarzan just trying to get Knight, and he'll be able to pick that one up. Now there's no Nexus turrets left, and LNG just mop the floor with Gen.G here in game 2. And as everyone predicted, we are going to a third. Whoever wins this next game is going to knockouts.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm OP, and in today's episode we'll be going over some of the best highlights from the matchup between Gen.G and LNG during day 3 of the World's 2023 Swiss stage. Without further ado, let's dive straight into the action.
I'll be taking advantage of that timing. Plus, he's the one with the mid laner that's been pushing in. He's the one with the pushing bottom lane, so they want to get those dragons stacked early.
That's really big. Denying LNG early dragon stacking is the way that we saw how it makes it really, really tough. If you don't shut her down, can start generating some large gold leads. You need to take down Ruler though, because the Herald went over to Kanavi.
Yeah. And not going to be able to get that last plate, but Scout has moved into position. There's the knock-up. They managed to get the cease and desist as well. Ruler's going to be taken out. First blood goes to Scout, and missing is now underneath his turret. Last shot not going to come through there, and that is the double kill for the LNG mid laner. Scout has been so good this tournament, and now he is set up for success.
Great execution by LNG. The immediate flash from Hong. No has
have his teleport available. He could walk towards that top lane or just cruise down towards this dragon and then teleport back up top if that's where he's required. Hook just going to hit the wall there from Hung. Sometimes these things happen, you know, as now Tarzan charging the Vault Breaker is going to find the flash onto Kanavi. They get into the backline. He can't do anything, but the Pop Blossom is absolutely huge in response. It's just not huge enough. As now Scout trying to get out of there. 369 gigantic as he gets over the wall. Hung just sees his death as he breaks his stopwatch on the ground. The Aatrox will pay for it as Zika's here to tidy up, but LNG, that was a little bit of an overstep, even though it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I mean, he had to shave his head last time.
He did, yeah.
It's more about like getting my revenge. We'll check out the replay of this fight.
And yeah, really big here. As mentioned, they don't actually take down Kanavi, so you're stuck on a double knock-up. And I think that LNG actually a little bit happy. 369 not actually getting the Q there, right? That might have been enough, especially with Aatrox when the resets.
Pseudo have for themselves, right, with the Ahri and the Vi. Could be very, very nice. And they are going to get to work.
Yeah, I think the constant pressure there from Scout, pushing him under the bottom tower, meant that
in a lot of threat of death, but with this Rift Herald, it buys you that mid priority. It's going to get that charge, and you can see they don't really care about monitoring the state of the Rift Herald. They just want to get towards this Drake, use that control that they bought for themselves. Knight now, though.
Teleport in from 369.
Yeah, they're looking for the opportunity.
Yes,
369 may have been a little bit early as the hook is fantastic. The chain CC comes in, but look at the charm. It's on to everyone. There's the follow-up. It's Kanavi. He's going to cut them down with the Cyclone. It's Ruler that grabs the first kill. Knight collects one as well. And Gen.G bought themselves all the space. They'll take the first Hex Tech Drake. Never count out Gen.G.
All calculated, says
Scout, very charming here. Especially to 369.
They are really, really, really going to rely so much on Gala here. As much as Scout has gotten some early kills and has started.
Oh, Kanavi.
Yeah, finds the angle. Scout is just flashing and trying to get away, but he's not going to be able to do so. The Foxfire comes out. Can you actually get out of this one? The answer's no. And Gen.G now have dealt with Scout. It's a 4 versus 5, and they are bearing down on LNG. They're looking for this inner turret, and they could take anything else that they'd like. Tarzan also possibly caught out of position. Kanavi's just taking names at this part of the game. Knight not going to find the Pop Blossom there, so that's a cooldown they don't need to deal with, but this is one that they have to, as the quickness comes in and they are just torn apart. Gala's taken out. The turret was still up, but it doesn't matter because Ruler is there to take it down, and Gen.G, they should get a Baron, and this game was so close until it wasn't.
That's exactly what I was going to say! It feels completely even. Atlas takes the wind out of my sails. At the very least, LNG will get a dragon, but that's not going to be... Nate, they might not even be able to.
Yeah, they're going to defend the dragon sneak attempt from LNG as well. 369 comes down.
Another charm is going to come. Killer Instinct up and available. Also got both summoners. He's very, very frightening. 3 items already completed as Zika just looking for these opportunities. As in goes Tarzan. Wants to be able to find this one. Kanavi's going to go golden. Keeps himself alive. Buys the time as Hung. He's going to be the target here from Gen.G. They managed to get the 1-for-1 trade, but it's a little bit better here, you should say, for LNG. Taking down the jungler, and now Scout looks for the opportunity. Another quickness is incredible as Ruler dives on top of Tarzan, but he doesn't exactly find the value he's looking for. The third Q does come in. They get rid of the buy, but Ruler is also dead, and now Gala taken down. 369 is a monster, and he's gonna take the triple kill, and Gen.G, I think they've done it again.
Look at his player cam! He's not even impressed! This is just a normal day for this man!
But he doesn't exactly find the value he's looking for. The third Q does come in. They get rid of the buy, but Ruler is also dead, and now Gala taken down. 369 is a monster, and he's gonna take the triple kill, and Gen.G, I think they've done it again.
Look at his player cam! He's not even impressed! This is just a normal day for this man!
He's rolling 999 this time around. Knight hits that double snare at the end. LNG are down. Gen.G are going to move on through.
And I can feel the groan of all the LPL commentators like, not again. It always happens just this way. But Gen.G, the favorites for the tournament.
These were some of the best highlights from the World's 2023 Swiss stage matchup between Gen.G and LNG. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.
Were really, really big parts in getting them here to Worlds in the first place.
Exactly right, and this is the handcrafted. Try and take this Rift Herald by himself. Yike is going to turn up, and he still has the real Nature's Grasp. Peanut going to get out of the way because he respects that fact. Delight is going to find Peanut here, and now Caps dives in. Another explosive charge is primed as the chains connect, and first blood solo kill for Cap. Now back up towards the top side. He invested his teleporters. Chovy finds the chains. Not that time as the Everfrost does come in, but Peanut gets the kickback. Buster shot is now available for Chovy as Caps just trying to keep himself in this one. The next chain should land though, and Chovy gets his revenge with a little bit of help from...
See if they can actually even get back to try and defend. Doran knows it's too dangerous. They're teleporting bottom for the flank.
Yeah, that's a real deep teleport as Chovy's making his way in. Blade Caller comes down. Another Everfrost is going to catch onto Hans Sama. The Frozen Tomb does come through, but can Chovy be stopped at this point in time? The Chain Lash comes in. Hans Sama thinks he's going to get out, but there's the quickness. Chovy locks down the kill, and Mickey X, he goes golden, but he may not survive. Does flash away, and so he will live to see another day this time. Sorry about the rhyme. As Gen.G look to push in the next minion wave.
Might not be done, Chovy. Oh, I think that claw might have been a giveaway.
Well,
Chovy might be in trouble here.
Gets pushed back. And Chovy taking a few shots. Pays is not going to risk it. Hitbox can be in the Dragons. And now a teleport to come forward. They're looking for the second Rift Herald. That could start opening up the map here for G2. Peanut not wanting that one to happen. Chovy moving on over on Vision as Doran's taking a Hex Gate over. The Jax looking for the flank angle, and Nature's Grasp comes in. And Gen.G, can they actually get into position to fight?
Mid lane for Gen.G, I think they get the better end of the lane split, is that you don't have to take the damage
this.
if you're going to go with that option, and he was a little bit low, so doesn't want to get poked down. G2, of course, Rift Herald has to be answered here with the hard push.
It's true, Chovy is going to turn up, but that is a lot of damage to this turret, and it looks like G2 are thinking about just staying here. There's a counter-strike. The flash finds everyone from Doran, and now Chovy's looking to answer. Still, Delight dives forward. The Buster shot's massive, but it's not going to be enough. As Caps goes down, Broken Blade is huge in the back line, and the Dominus is actually ticking down. Chovy out of the fight for now, but Broken Blade doesn't have any friends anymore. He's still trying to do what he can. The Golden Meek is fantastic, but it's Pays that gets one.
Chovy set it up. Oh, look at this timing.
And G2 feels so safer. You're pushing with multiple people. Getting this turret would be so big, but the flash counter-strike from Doran combined with the CC from Chovy sets up the play for the rest of Gen.G.
Yeah, he steals the Lissandra ultimate, uses it against G2, and then Broken Blade, even though he's full health in there. He's got 4 members of Gen.G around. This Crocodile has nowhere to escape to. And that is a big...
Up a Dominus as well. Broken Blade taking a little bit of extra damage. And the Gen.G solo laners are now in position to start flexing their muscles.
And in the LCK, this is where we've often seen this hold up Doran.
Okay, yeah, Doran is just going to stay here. Peanut is going to turn up as well, but Broken Blade will survive. Chovy's in so much trouble, and Doran's going to go down with the help of the True Shot Barrage. And G2, they're not going to...
He'll drop the cannons, but those melees, go in, grab them all.
Especially caster minions. No, Doran does not allow those ones to go unchecked.
Oh,
this is a bit dangerous. There's the counter-strike. See where this rocket jump is going to come from as Doran is looking for it. Caps just holding onto the button. He leap strikes early, and now it's Delight that's going to make his way in. The quickness will charm him up, and the Q's not going to connect, so Delight says, all right, I'll take it. And the True Shot Barrage.
Don't end up winning. You swap to Repside eventually, even if you are able to pick up the second game. Could be a big problem there as Drake started up.
Yeah, Cap's already taking it down to below half health, and it looks like Gen.G not going to be able to challenge for the Dragon, but can they find themselves a fight is the question. There's the teleport in, as it's right on top of the Maokai. Doran, and now look for that angle. Nature's Grasp is going to come out from Chovy this time around. Broken Blade going to be taken down, but it's at the cost of a lot of health bars, but there goes Yike as well. It's a double kill for Pays. Mickey X trying to get himself into position, but it's Doran that's ripping them apart. Caps is still up, but he has about 1 health to his name, and now Hans Sama, can he find the angle? The answer is no, because Counter-Strike, it allows you to dodge a lot of auto attacks, gentlemen, and Minion, right? Has the cannon, it counts. And that is going to be the Baron taken. Mickey X is now cruising towards Chovy, but he does claw his way out. He's going to flash. He's still going to die. Peanut picks up that one. He's going to be taken out for his trouble, though. And there's a Frozen Tomb on top of Caps. The chains don't land, but the lash certainly does. And Doran collects that kill in the end. True Shot Barrage from Arn Summers. Now he wants to try and take matters into his own hands. And now Broken Blade takes himself a Hexgate.
all game long. So much pressure asserted by Doran. So many plays opened up by Doran.
Oh, Chovy has thrown down another Nature's Grasp. This time, the Arcane Shift going to be enough to get Hans Summer out. There's a kick on a Broken Blade. Not exactly the best from Peanut there, but into the backline goes Delight, but he's stopped in his tracks. There we go. That's what's supposed to happen as Mickey X is taking so much damage. Chovy now able to throw the chains out, but he's going to miss that one. It's a double as this Zaya is just so huge. And Pays is going to be able to grab most of it. Still, Hans Summer at full health, and he is Arcane shifting forward.
Offensive Lissandra ultimate, so he has nothing to save himself. He immediately goes down to Chovy.
Speaking of offensive Lissandra ultimates, that's another use for it.
He's gone!
Very glad that we had that example. Just unfortunate. You have potential is certainly something that G2 can leverage, and I think that picking out a member of Gen.G to try and get some semblance of tempo is what they're going to need to do. As now Chovy finds himself in Nature's Grasp, gets rid of it immediately as the chains are not going to connect the rocket jump just to buffer, so the CC's going to be there, and in goes Delight, finds the angle this time around, and Caps is dead already. Chovy goes gold, and Delight finds the knock-up, and Broken Blade was looking for him. Mickey's going to die in the backline. It's a triple, a double. There's the triple for Chovy. And now Broken Blade, I think it might be the Pentakill, our fourth of the tournament. That would be absurd. Chovy is pretty low trying to get into this one, and Peanut wants to beat it to him.
Don't do it, Peanut!
No flash is available. He's Peanut! He did that to Ruler so many times throughout the years. Ruler left the team, and now he has to do it to Chovy.
Peanut says pentas are earned. Where were you?
I think that is a direct quote, yeah. And now Gen.G gonna break down these Nexus turrets. It was a really cool try and a great start for G2, but not quite enough to get them over the line. The Nexus will fall down, and Gen.G 1 game away from the knockout stage.
LCK #1. All right, you guys have impressed me.
Thanks, I'm glad.
Yeah. Look, the thing is, I think now you can probably just ban the Rakan and have another go at it. And I think that's probably fine. I like the idea of going for it, but now that backs are against the wall, Delight shouldn't play it, you'll have another go. But let's throw it over to the desk and see what they thought about that.
So teamfights can be relying on Pace to consistently output the damage.
Once again, He's taking a bit of damage, but an even trade once again here on this bottom side.
Yeah, they got the Ignite down as well. And Caps is going to finish up pushing that mid lane. But it looks like Gen.G will be fine here.
Still haven't gotten the crest just yet.
Another hook. Got to connect here from Mikyx, but he's going to get knocked up this time around. Delight is extraordinarily low. He's going to have to flash, and there it is. The Light Slinger from Hansama will get first blood in the 2v2.
Where did it come from?
Often you see like there's a death, but there's no kill.
Chovy.
At the top of the screen is Chovy. Looks for the angle, but Yike is here. Seismic shove to push him away. He does have ult 2 still available, and now we've got to fight towards the bottom side. Peanut looking to help out his bottom lane. Mikyx in trouble, and he's going to be taken down. That is not first blood. That is, in fact, the second kill of the game. As Pays going to be able to collect that one.
So you've got some LCK observers trying to rewrite history here. I see what's going on.
Be careful, Kobe.
I see what's going on here. Don't worry, Europe, I got your back.
Yeah, they can't believe it. There's no way that happens in the 2v2. Is Delight not going to find 50 gold inside the Nexus? That's the one that he cares about. And he's going to see whether he can collect that one. Gen.G only ahead by a little bit of gold because Doran keeps giving up these cannon minions. There's a hook that's going to connect, and the flick back as well. Chovy not dead just yet, but he has to flash. The Weaver's Wall comes down. Chovy's still alive for so long. He ults to get himself into the fog of war, and now Mikyx doesn't have a lot of damage. The flash comes through. He's got the blast code, but the hook lands, and Mickey takes down the mid laner of Gen.G.
Oh my, Mickey's able to land it. He's got no mana left after that though, so Yike's gonna get chased out and he pays the price.
There's the Magnet Storm. That is gonna be the kill going over to Doran, and it should also follow up with that Rift Herald. Now he's gonna collect himself a plate. Certainly liking that one as Broken Blade for an opportunity. The Infernal Chain's going to stop that, and the Q3 not going to connect. And Doran, with his Gore Drinker, feeling pretty happy.
It's weird because he cares about all other sources of gold.
Yeah, right.
Kills, getting all the other kinds of minions, tower plates.
Seismic shove not going to hit. Chovy is going to land the backflip though, as Cap's in trouble, and Chovy's going to lock it down. Perfect execution gets him back to the minion wave.
And the ultimate.
Oh no.
A gold lead.
I'm a believer. The anti-cannon strat.
Yeah, it's working. Look at that money. Must have come from somewhere.
Biggest lane lead in the entire game. So we got another look at it, and of course, Chovy had the Q. The end of the Q, the 5-point strike finishes him off, even with the flash there from Caps. And you know the end of this story as well, as Peanut came in. And Peanut was taking the tower. Calculated, though, no problem for him. Master of his craft.
Oh,
Caps is dead in the bottom lane. We're going to need to go back into another replay.
Like, out of these 2 games, like 8 champions banned against him in total. And he's still 100% kill participation on the realm, making things happen left and right as Chovy.
He's in trouble. He's going to ult just to try and get that ult to Prime. Can he get over anything? The answer is no. He's going to be able to at least use it, but Hansama grabs that kill. And now the all-out's going to be used here by Broken Blade to try and get himself out of here, but it's not going to work out. The CC duo will bear down on him, and that is going to be...
Is surprised by Doran out of the brush and ends up getting taken down.
Oh, Peanut hurting G2 right now as there is the Magnet Storm. Delight dives in as well, and everyone's charmed. The grand entrance is massive. Hansama just deleted from the Rift, and now Chovy just waiting for that blast code, and he follows Caps. Can he find the angle is the question. The ult 2's not going to get there. Perfect execution, not exactly named correctly in that moment, but Gen.G still come away ahead.
We're able to get the multi-man wombo combo, then aided by Broken Blade. I think his Yone in particular being such a pivotal part of that turnaround, and maybe he can find a pick here as well.
Looking for an opportunity under Delight. They do manage to interrupt his attempt to get out, but there's the Magnet Storm, and in dives Chovy. There's just not enough damage from G2 as Pays goes up into the air. Delight locks down that kill, and it's Chovy that's popping up in the back line. Hansama not going to be able to do anything, and now Caps has to try to flash away, but it's not going to work because he gets backflipped on by Chovy. He picks up the double in the end, and Gen.G look to the Baron. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Here it is.
Oh, that's a classic.
All right, Pays. Oh, they know. All right, Peanut's going to dive in. That's a massive stun as well with the Shattering Strike as Doran's being dealt with. Peanut's taking a lot of damage, though. He's not going to be able to sustain more than this, but Pays is still ripping them apart. And look at Doran. He is a monster as he goes golden to avoid death. And I have a feeling it may just be over here.
Pays
very close to that pentakill as Delight also is going to bait them in, but Paze is dead. There's Paze and Delight both down, as now Peanut is in trouble. Doran is going to be able to pick up the kill in the end, and now Caps, he might be able to get there, he might be able to do it, but the Umbral Dash is going to buy him the space. Peanut, what are you doing moving forward? As there's the Weave as well, let's see whether this can happen as the Shattering Strike is going to interrupt, and there's the Q from Doran. It ain't clean, but it'll be enough.
More blood for the blood god here. Oh, hilarious. Look at Gen.G. Scryer's here in the brush.
The pings.
And they knew already, I think.
Yeah, they were already pinging it down, so they were very aware that this was happening. And up until the point where they start mega diving it, they're winning the fight, right? Have a huge gold lead.
Mega diving it.
Yeah, but look at this. Okay, Doran goes in. The flickbacks on the Talia actually so big here. Broken Blade trying his darndest.
Paze flashes under the tower to keep up with the rest of the team in the tower dive. Starts taking the tower. He goes down. Broken Blade collecting some of the bounties before he goes down. But then here, Caps is like, everybody else just went for it, so I'm going to send it. Peanut, though, nails him with the Q, hits him right off the wall, stuns him into his death.
And now we are straight into some action. Doran has found himself some friends as the Nature's Grass flies in as well. The Gore Drinker doing so much work. This Aatrox is looking unkillable. There goes the tree as Paze comes through with the damage. And from the grave, the Sapling is going to try and stop Gen.G, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Rocks and seismic shoves going to at least
Aim for the stars. Dream big.
We know the odds, Kobe. Never tell me the odds.
Well, Peanut is going to throw the lance forward. Doesn't exactly find too much here, as the Siege Minion does need to be dealt with, as Doran just umbrally dashes out of the way of the seismic shove. Rocks go down. It's a cooldown that Gen.G are going to be tracking. You see now they're going to get underneath this turret. There's the World Ender from Doran, but he's taking a lot of damage. Diving forward, he's got the GA. Delight not quite going to be able to find the angle there as well, as he did pop the ultimate, but there's the Magnus Storm, lands on a 4. The perfect execution from Chovy, and the wallets are just too heavy, and they slam down onto G2. Gen.G are now just a few turrets away from the knockout stage. Dun, dun.
Dun, dun. Are they going to go in there for it?
Oh, Peanut just emoting in the enemy base.
Paze is calling for them. Hey, get in here. Dive this Maokai. Let me get one more. Somebody get in there.
They're going to.
Somebody get in there.
Absolutely.
Nexus turret number 2 going to go down, and the Nexus will...
These were some of the best highlights from the World's 2023 Swiss Stage Day 3 matchups. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.